Deontay Wilder says that Tyson Fury ain't the champion yet because they've got unfinished business, basically. So I'm going to quote the Bronze Bomber, who was talking on the PBC podcast recently. He said, quote, "We can only get stronger and learn from a lot of situations. I'm going to learn from this situation and get better and better. It's not over, you know. In my eyes, I don't see Fury as a champion. It's still going. You know, he ain't the champion yet. We've still got one more fight left. You know, and at the end of the day, I'm happy. My family's happy. I'm recovering and I'm looking forward to giving the world the best of Deontay Wilder." Unquote. Now, this has ruffled a lot of feathers, him coming out saying that Tyson Fury's not the champion yet. And look, I'm one of Deontay Wilder's staunchest critics, but I personally don't have that much of an issue with him saying what he's saying, because he is trying to look at it as, you know, he has a contract with Tyson Fury. Okay. There was a rematch clause for that second fight. And so therefore, until the rematch is done, the belt isn't necessarily completely gone. And maybe he's right about that. I don't think, and I'm sure most of you don't think, he'll win the rubber match with Fury, but I can understand why he said what he said. Yeah. Just to be perfectly honest with you, I don't have an issue with him saying that. Now, some people say this is evidence of Deontay Wilder still being deluded and not trying to give Tyson Fury credit. I personally don't think it's that. I just think he's seen himself as a champion for so long. He wants to keep his own self-esteem high. You know, so he still wants to believe himself to be the champion. He wants to believe that he had an off night. And to be honest with you, some of the things he's been saying lately, and certainly in this PBC podcast, were actually encouraging from Wilder. To me, it finally seems like it's sinking in that he understands he needs to rectify more than just wearing a lighter costume or something, because all those excuses were so ridiculous, talking about Fury's gloves and the costume and all this kind of the referee and Mark Breland. All that stuff was nonsense. Now he's more talking about technical things he needs to improve on, and that's a good sign. But another thing he needs to improve on is his attitude, his mindset, because prior to now, Deontay Wilder seemed to rely heavily on this belief that his opponents were scared of him, that Tyson Fury was going to come in there scared in the second fight and run around. Well, Fury shocked a lot of people, including me, with his tactics of going forward and putting it on Wilder. That should show Deontay Wilder that this man is never going to be scared of you. How will Wilder get over that psychologically? Understanding that Fury is not the least bit frightened of him. That, to me, is the crucial part. Not just the technical things that Wilder might try and do. And by the way, how much can he really improve technically? That's the question. But mentally, he needs to improve. He needs to humble himself to some extent. Obviously, you need confidence. You need to believe in yourself. But you also need to be realistic to some degree. And Deontay Wilder needs to be realistic about who he is and how his opponents view him. Yeah? There's no point carrying on with any of the pretense anymore, any of the whispering, the Steven Seagal nonsense. He needs to understand that the man in front of him in Tyson Fury, not scared of him, never has been scared of him. And you're not going to beat him with shouting bomb squad and trying to convince him that your power is godly. No, you're not going to beat him like that. If you're going to beat him, you might have to try a different psychological approach. You might have to maybe lure Tyson Fury into a false sense of security. Maybe allow Fury to think that he's got to you. Maybe switch up the tactics and do something drastically different to what you've done before. Maybe you become the counterpuncher. So who knows? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below anyway. It's happening. I'm out.